Yesterday on CI Living, film critic Chuck Kaplinski and Pam Powell shared their favorite racing movies. One of them is a documentary, And We Go Green. It focuses on F1 racing and electric race cars. Chuck Kaplinski talked to the directors about the making of the documentary.
Chuck Kaplinski here. I have the great privilege of talking with directors Fisher Stevens and Malcolm Venville today. They have a documentary on Hulu called And Then We Go Green, and it is a vital piece of work. Gentlemen, I just want to thank you. With everything that's going on in the world right now, this movie gave me a piece of good news that I desperately needed. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
What was the genesis of this project? What was it that got you going and said, hey, we're going to spend 2 years of our lives doing this thing?
Well, basically, I had just completed a film with Leonardo DiCaprio called Before the Flood, an environmental film that he was in pretty much every frame. And we finished editing, and I was working on another little project, and he called me up and said, hey, man, I'm in Brooklyn. Come over to the racetrack and meet me for lunch. And I said, dude, there's no racetrack in Brooklyn. And he went, yes, there is now. It's a temporary racetrack. Come meet me. So I go meet him, and sure enough, it's a Formula E track. I'd never heard of Formula E. I knew nothing about it. And he said, look, man, we should do a film on these electric race cars. We could make an environmental film about sport. I said, so I called Malcolm, who's one of my best friends, and I said, dude, have you heard of Formula E? He's like, yeah, man, it's electric, it's whatever. It's not really, Formula One. And I said, well, they want to make a film about it. Will you come meet me in Valencia and see if there's a film here? And so Malcolm flew from London, I flew from New York, and sure enough, we spent 2 days interviewing the drivers, meeting them, and by the end, I said, Malcolm, will you do this with me? Because you know cars, you film cars, you understand racing. The light turned green and we started shooting.
Mr. Venville, I mean, obviously the whole intent of this, or the whole ultimate goal, I think, is to get this technology out on the road as far as the cars that we drive today. In reading the production notes, I noticed that Audi is a part of this, and Jaguar and Nissan. How is this going as far as getting it to everyday use? And is there any indication that any of the American car companies are going to jump on board?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, traditionally Formula One or Formula Racing, the genes lay in Europe, in England and in Europe, and all the car manufacturers out of Europe and in Asia are desperate to get into Formula E because they can build up all the data to use in their road cars. It's all about data. It's all about software. So it's an incubator, as we say in the film, for all the developments in road cars. Why the Americans aren't leaping in is just fascinating. You have a Tesla, which is this stunning, leading car, but they're not in the formula. The Americans don't gravitate towards formula racing, and I don't know why. But it's a critical formula for the development of everyday cars.
I guess my next question is, what with the season having been suspended because of COVID, is the technology still being developed, or is there anything going on behind the scenes that's pushing this forward, or is just everything on hold, regrettably?
This is what I believe. I could be completely wrong, but if you're a car manufacturer and you want to build a car post-COVID, do you invest in the systems that make a gas-powered car, which is thousands of moving parts that have to be engineered and machined and put together? Or do you build a car with very few moving parts, with just runs off one battery and a bunch of software? And I think that it's going to accelerate the arrival of electric cars.
I agree. I think also people are understanding with COVID that the air is cleaner, that the world is a better place when we're not pumping fossil fuels into the air. We're all learning from this virus. We're learning. We're learning about ourselves. We're learning about our families. We're dealing with racial justice. Like, the world is upside down. But these people who are trying to keep fuel restrictions low, trying to keep the 20 miles per gallon, the normal in the United States, they don't get it. What Malcolm says is true. I think in Europe, obviously, and in Asia, people are getting it much quicker than they are in the United States. except in Champaign, where you have a lot of really smart people.
Well, we have the university down here, so yeah, we try to be on the cutting edge, and yeah, we all know what's driving the resistance to this. What was the thing that surprised you most about this project? Either one of you, is it something an old gosh moment, or something that was completely unexpected as far as delving into this new technology?
For me, it was when Fisher invited me to get involved, it was like a boyhood dream come true. Because I grew up, my parents worked in the car industry. I was an apprentice, for Land Rover when I left school. It was dying. I mean, the car industry was dying in Birmingham like it was in Detroit, like it is. And, I was always fascinated and in love with cars and racing drivers. And for me to be next to the cars and be around drivers was like a dream come true. Bottom line. I mean, now I've actually seen it. I've actually learned a few things that have woken me up a little bit to the reality of motorsport. And it's not as rose tinted to me anymore.
No. Okay.
I guess for me, it was like I learned filmmaking techniques in a different way because, first of all, shooting with Malcolm is such a visual artist. And I really thought we were going to make a movie that was very environmentally heavy. We were going to preach about environmentalism and the pollution of carbon cars, and we were going to go after Formula One in a really vicious way. And none of that happened. We made a movie really about characters and about drivers, and we had the undertones of the environmental world always going, always pumping underneath. That was always our intention. So it actually was a joy and a great experience, and to get to know these drivers was wonderful.
Well, everyone I've been telling about the movie, I keep saying it's not an environmental thing solely. There is drama there. The characters are there. It's a fully formed thing, and I think that's one of the things that makes it, so unique. Fisher Stevens, Malcolm Venville, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. Keep protesting.
Oh yeah, we bet.